When I first started teaching online, I was really nervous, and Collaborate helped me so much to make the transition between my regular face-to-face classroom and the online classroom. Because it was so much like a regular face-to-face classroom, it made me feel really comfortable and helped that transition quite a bit.
You know, I can have a discussion with the students. I can show pictures. I can show PDF files. I can use application sharing to use other applications, whether that's a Word document or an Excel document or whatever. I can do all of those sorts of things. And when I do it, I'm sitting in my study at home doing this, and the students are spread over 1 million square miles of the Pacific Ocean.
The basic features of Collaborate are pretty easy to use. There are lots and lots of features in there. So in general, most of the things that I use are fairly easy to do. And even if you forget, the support materials are really helpful. You can kind of look it up pretty quickly. But I just find it pretty intuitive to say, oh, you can go in and check this, and you can look under the tools and you can see how to adjust the audio.
I really like the feature of the breakout rooms, and this allows me to have the students engaging in activities similar to a small group discussion, but all of this is conducted online. And as the students work in small groups to answer a discussion question, they're able to write on the whiteboard within their room. And I can then import a group's whiteboard to the entire classroom, and that will allow the students to share their answers with the rest of the class.
One of the features of Collaborate that I really like is the ability to send files to my students while we're in a live session. So if I've planned ahead of time, or if I just remember something, I can browse for a file on my computer and everyone in the room will receive it right then. Another feature I really like about Collaborate is the ability to record a session so that students who are either in the session or weren't able to make the session can review it again. This has been really helpful for some of my students who don't necessarily speak English as their first language.
Having this as part of an online curriculum is very useful to give students, the sense that there is someone there on the other side of the computer, since this is all in real time. It is funny, at the end of each of our virtual classroom sessions, the students will say thanks, which is not something I usually get in the face-to-face classrooms.
By and large, I think they're very impressed with it, and I think it's probably one of the things that's helped make our distance program with the master's and PhD students work so well, because we've been able to have that personal contact. I think without that personal contact, we would have lost some of them when the work got difficult or challenging. At least now they know they have access to us.
I really appreciate the fact that DCDC made themselves available to me and said that they would come to my first Collaborate session. I was really nervous about teaching online, and I was worried about the technical issues, and the fact that someone would come from tech support and be there in my first session to help my students with any technical issues that they might have was really, really reassuring.
The DCDC group was very helpful with pointing out, a few key tools that I want to use in the online sessions, and then I've explored some more on my own.
It's not just to me now a tool for people who are miles away and can't come to campus. It also works for people who can come to campus. It's just a more convenient way for us to be able to interact sometimes. There's no reason for the entire 40 contact hours that we have that you need to be sitting in a classroom right in front of me, that much of this can be done in a different setting. So as I started using it more with the distance students, I realized its potential for the local students.
Now, the people across the Pacific, the thing is they couldn't have got these courses without this system. As we sit here in urban Honolulu, we have no idea what the impact that's having on people out there who never thought they'd ever be able to get an advanced degree from a quality university like UH, because they'd never been able to get away from their jobs or their family or get off the island and be able to afford it. And so they think it's wonderful. I mean, they love Collaborate because of the opportunity it opens up to them to do things they wouldn't otherwise be able to do.